Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Welcome one, welcome all to SimSpeed TV for a very special event. This is the ANZ Esports Vermillion X Coaching Rookie Series presented by Motorsport Australia. We're at virtual Oran Park Raceway. a long gone icon of Australian motorsport, but preserved indefinitely in the digital world for a very interesting event indeed. We have quite a interesting field of drivers ready to get things going here. All rookies, all new to sim racing, all under 2000 iRacing, and receiving some coaching thanks to our friends at Vermillion X Coaching. Bringing it to you live here on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Kick. It's me, Reese Gardner. I'm joined in the commentary box by Aaron Obersteller with Jay Kennedy behind the scenes handling production. It is a cold, dark morning there at virtual Oran Park, Aaron, but the action's going to heat up pretty soon.
Yeah, I am extremely excited for what's going on there. Thanks for the introduction, Reese, by the way. Thanks for having me here as well, guys. Yeah, Oran Park, these guys have been out there since probably beginning of the week, I'm going to say, out there doing a bit of practice. They got to have some Vermillion X coaching on the Thursday, and after a couple of words from Ben Faulkner that runs the Vermillion X coaching, they all found seconds of lap time. So I'm looking forward to what they've done since then to come here on the Sunday. They're about to go out there qualifying. I'll let you guys know a little bit about this event. I've got a lot of people on the chat, a lot of people that are watching everyone as well. The drivers, like we said, are all new to iRacing. They're going to be in the Toyota 86, a very low-powered car, but gee whiz, they get going around here. 2 15-minute races. The second race is going to be a reverse top 10. That's going to be exciting, Reese.
Oh yeah, absolutely it is. And, 18 cars around Oran Park we were discussing before the broadcast went live. That's plenty of cars for this circuit. Oran Park, of course, if you know Australian motorsport, you know Oran Park. It was around from the 1960s to 2010, and it kept its character as a very twisty circuit. Rare figure of 8 layout as well, but I think it provides a really good opportunity for learning, Aaron, because it has quite a big variety of corners and plenty of elevation change besides. So a pretty good track to get your learning on, and it's also part of the iRacing based content, so anyone can drive it.
Yeah, exactly right. Well, that's the reason that Benny picked this track. It's not your ordinary track that you'd go out there on iRacing and race around. Turn 1 gives you a bit of a kink. I think you've got 2 hairpins in there as well. Very fast and flowing. The average speed around here, I think I worked it out to be about 125 k's an hour. So really cool track. A lot of different turns around here that they can learn, and this is what it's all about. I mean, we won't see the fastest lap times, we won't see some of probably the most cleaning racing going out there, but these are all out there learning the track and learning to race in leagues as well. So big thing for them. I'm probably more nervous than they are, to be honest. I know what it was like when I got out there for my first race. Oh, this is a great shot of Jeffrey Beaton going into turn 2. That's first gear on the limit as you come back down here into turn 3. So we'll get a lot of that on the broadcast tonight. He's on a qualifying lap at the moment as well. I'm trying to work out what sort of times he's doing. For everyone watching at home, you jump onto that's Dean Vierchat there as well.
Oh.
Well, that is a time.
Yeah, certainly
that is a time.
3 tenths ahead, and of course, it being a solo qualifying session, there's a hard cut to the end, so only 12 of our drivers here have actually set qualifying times. It's going to be interesting to see if the drivers who haven't set qualifying times can make their way forward in the first 15-minute race, which is led by Dean Veach, with Riley Collins joining him on the front row in the number 29. Ethan Kim is going to start in 3rd spot. Reese Rowland will start alongside him to make up the top 2 rows. Wiley Blair and David Atkinson are 5th and 6th. And then on the 4th row, we've got Bobby Camo and Lex Ainskoff. We're lining up 7th and 8th. Jan Cialana and Alex Jory are going to start in 9th and 10th. And then we have Chan Lam and Cara Obersteller starting out of 12th spot. We have then the car of James Lowry starting on technically the 14th spot of the grid. David Panilla, Jeff Beaton, and Daniel Coleman will line up for the rest of the field. So everyone's already out there at the moment, Aaron, and getting onto the grid. This is going to be an interesting start. The Toyota GR86 not usually running standing starts here, and it's got traction control on board as well. So getting the launch right is very important.
I just tell you guys, I don't think many of these guys practiced a standing start, so this should be incredible SimSpeed TV for everyone watching at home. For these guys to get off the line, hopefully they get off the line cleanly. Hopefully they get into a bit of a rhythm through turns 1, 2, and 3, and hopefully we can see some great racing from there. Like I said before, most of these guys are out there just for clean racing and get the job done. If they're all doing that, we don't know what's going to happen here. So. About to go green very shortly. I'm trying to work out when we're about to go. I count down from 10 seconds, I'd imagine.
Yeah, around about 10 seconds to go on the grid time. So in a very short few moments, we'll have the revs rising, getting ready for the start here in the ANZ Esports Vermillion X Coaching Rookie Series by Motorsport Australia. 15 minutes on the clock. The revs rise, and we are away. Dean Veach getting a little bogged down there off the start. It was absolutely nailed by Riley Collins, who moves straight into the lead off the start-finish line. And looks like he'll be losing a bit more momentum as they come into turn 1. Reece Rowland will get up into 3rd spot. Ethan Kim demoted to 4th. It's side-by-side between Atkinson and Camo there coming into turn 1. It was a bit of a dive by Lex Ainscough behind to try and get a little further up. But all up, a clean start. I got to tell you the truth, Aaron, I was not expecting that.
Well, you know, I was holding my breath the whole time. I was looking at the inside there. David Atkinson up the inside into turn 1, got it done. I think he got 2 passes done as he comes through. He's a little bit of a veteran when it comes to racing, but he's I don't think he's done many league races. Oh, as I say that, who's that that's gone around?
Oh, it's Oberstella and Coleman. They've made contact there, and there's a 3rd car around in the form of Chan Lam in the 130, and she's stopped, unfortunately. It looks like she'll get back going, but a little bit of damage there on the way up to the bridge. The battle for the lead is still on, though. Dean Veach chasing down Riley Collins for the lead, and Riley pushing the limits of the racetrack already.
Dean Veach at the front of the field there. Actually, as I was saying that, he's about to get taken on the inside here by Riley Collins. He's got a very good run down the inside. Will they give room? We're going to go 3 wide into turn 1.
Oh, no.
This is going to end very badly. Who's going to pull out? Who's going to... Oh, and he's got the job done. Well done, all 3 of them. Well done.
Oh, too deep for Riley Collins. He's going to slither off the racetrack in turn 2. Safely re-enters. Really good heads-up driving from the likes of David Atkinson and Bobby Camo to slow things up a bit there and avoid running into him. But Bobby's going to have a go here. He took a bit too much curb, unfortunately, and that's going to swing him around and demote him down 1 more position. This is the thing about the GR86. It's got a very lively rear end, and it does not like riding curbs. The drivers will have to remember that.
This place has heaps of curbs and heaps of little bumps as well. As you go over the bridge, just that little turn to your right there, it's very bumpy through there, and you can lose the rears as well through that as well. Low power, you've got to keep the revs up. As we say that, someone's just gone off the track there. I think it was Ethan possibly going off the track at turn 9 or turn 10 there. Who's that out in front? That's Dean Veach. He has taken... Oh, here we go. We've got this little bump and...
We'll see what happened to Chan Lam. Chan lost it by herself, unfortunately. It looks like the rear end just let go. Unclear exactly what happened between Oberstella and Coleman, but they're still running. We haven't had any retirements just yet, as that's a big dive at turn 1 there from the 29 of Riley Collins, trying to make up pace here. Lex Ainscough and David Atkinson trading spots there through turn 2. This is quite a tight pack for second on back, and they're all struggling to find the same piece of racetrack.
Yeah, from second back, you got 2nd to 8th fighting. I love this. Don't adjust your TV screens at home. They're all in the same livery, okay? They've got the VX Coaching livery on top of that, thanks to the guys at VX Coaching. But yeah, this little battle, that's what have we got in there? We've got Riley Collins, David Atkinson, Lex Ainscough, Bobby Camo's in there as well. Willie Blair and Reece Rowland are just hanging on to it. Dean Veach, he has found something else. He is doing 114s and is well out in the front.
Yeah,
that little 3 wide. Yeah, he had that little 3 wide into turn 1, and since then has just taken off with it. So we'll see him. He's going to be at least half the straight ahead of these guys as they come onto the main straight.
Yeah, Veach has been absolutely nailing the corners around here, and he's being rewarded with a lead of 3.2 seconds over Ethan Kim. We'll still have third place up for grabs, as well as seventh. David Pinilla here trying to chase down Alex Jory. Oh dear, easy does it.
Oh no, gone.
Oh, and that's the number 77 off the circuit there, and it looks like James Lowry will make his way past as well. Bobby Camo has also had some issues somewhere along the line. It looks like he might have dropped connection, unfortunately. That's something that you've got to be aware of in sim racing. Sometimes your internet does not smile on you.
Yeah, hardware is one of the things. Same with real life racing. Everything has to come together. So if you have a hardware problem or an internet problem, as we just seen in front of Riley Collins, I don't know who that's gone, but they've... who's that in front of Riley Collins? That was Blair. Yeah, Wiley Blair's out there, and he just disappeared for just a second. That's going to make him a little bit uncomfortable. This race is heating up, and this is the race for fourth at the moment. And out front looks like they've made themselves a little bit of a gap here. So Dean Vach, Ethan Kim have got themselves out in a bit of a lead with Reece Rowland. Oh, that was a touch. That was a touch going onto the main straight there.
Bit more than a touch. It was a fair whack of the wall, I think, that Reece Rowland did there, and that'll bring him under attack from Blair, Collins, and Atkinson here. This battle for sixth going back about 1.5 seconds, and look at how deep the 64 of Wiley Blair is going there. Oh, he's struggling to keep control of the rear end through the mid-corner, but a big part of what they would have been learning throughout the week is how to control that, how to control the rotation of the car. Lex Ainscough, meanwhile, losing that control through the first couple of turns.
Yeah, unfortunately, just losing the reason. Yes, you're right. I got lucky enough to just sit in on that coaching for these guys, and yeah, they took a lot on board. There was a lot told to them. As long as they took one or two things on board, they'll come out better sim racers. And I can tell you, this is some great racing. I was not expecting this at the moment. Reece Rowland is actually all over Ethan Kim at the moment at the front as well. The number 26 of Rowland. Will he get the job done? Can he get it done under brakes here, going into turn 12?
Oh, yeah, that is the question. Is that's what happened to the 71, sorry, of Lex Ainscough. Just way too narrow into the first turn there, and it's really important, turn 1 at Oran Park, to actually take that geometric fastest line. Otherwise, you're going to slither off into the gravel trap. This is such an interesting battle. Ethan Kim getting a bit of a better exit onto the main straight. There's the move from Riley Collins. Lovely stuff. Up into third now, and Wiley Blair's going to try and get Reece Rowland here as well. We got news from race control too. Unfortunately, a 5-second post-race penalty for car 22. That's Alex Jory for lap 4, turn 2. We've also gotten a 5-second post-race penalty for the 711 of Cara Obersteller for, I believe, that incident we saw on lap 1 at turn 4. So race control already right on it here, as it is on for second.
You can see that race control have no favourites, because that's my daughter, and it's just compelling. I'm going to have to say something to them after this, to be honest, but probably well deserved. The 5-second penalty, that's okay. It's not going to hurt her race too much at all. Who have we got on board now? These guys. Oh, this is awesome racing into turn 12. This is for second. This is right at the front. This is still Ethan Kim and Riley Collins, absolutely going for it. Will he get a little bit of a run, and will he be? Oh, well, I'm saying will he? Will Riley get up the inside of turn 1 into turn 2? That's probably the only place you can really do a definite pass here. You really have to be committed. He's not going to do it. He's just going to follow him through. They've still got 7 minutes left of racing, so we're halfway through the race at the moment, and this race for P2 is just absolutely on. Oh, and he's had the block going into turn 3 as they come back up here to turn 4 and go under the bridge. He's going to go underneath him. Is that Riley Collins? Gets the job done, up into P2. Well done, Riley.
Yeah, very nice indeed there from Riley Collins. Noticing a bit of difference in the driving styles of the two drivers there. Ethan Kim going for a bit more of a squared off approach to every single corner. He's straightening the car up right on the exit. Unfortunately, losing some momentum in the mid corners. Riley Collins is a little bit smoother all the way through, and that's the reason why he got that position. James Lowry, meanwhile, in the 75, we're hearing that there's been some trouble for him. This is also at turn 4, trying on the 71 of Lex Ainscough, and Lex was a bit too slow at the apex there for James's liking.
Oh, what is this going on here? This is a massive little battle that's going to go back into turn 1 again. Oh, it's going to be three wide into turn 1. Here we go. Let's go, boys.
Oh, technical issues for Riley Collins up ahead as they all fall into line once more. Reese Rowland trying to get a gap over Ethan Kim. That's going to be another position down for the number 86. Wiley Blair and David Atkinson now trying to fight over those last couple of positions in the top 5. This is not good news for Riley Collins, though. You know, he's managed to make his way up into second, but unfortunately, those technical issues seem to be almost insurmountable at the moment. He'll be hoping that his internet holds out.
Yeah, I'm watching. He's got 5. If you can get a good exit through there, you can do something into turn 1 and turn 2. It's tough. I must say the level of racing that we're seeing here is nearly on a professional level. To be honest, they're not bumping doors. They're giving each other a lot of room. I'm loving to see it at the moment. Speaking of battles, though, if we can go down into P9, the battle for P9 with Lex Ainscough, Daniel Coleman, James Lowry, and Juan Cialana is absolutely heating up as well down the back there. This is just the battle for P9. These out there doing good lap times too.
Yeah, pretty good laps indeed. The fastest lap of the race belongs to our leader, Dean Veach. The fastest car on track last time by was Riley Collins with a 1:14.3. These drivers are all setting times in the 1:17s, and Daniel Coleman seems to be the one making the most headway with a 1:17.0 on the last lap. Compare that to Lex Ainscough up ahead, 1:17.6 on the last lap. So Daniel Coleman has a lot to work with here, as I'm seeing there's been an issue for Ethan Kim and Wiley Blair. David Atkinson also involved. That's up at the dog leg.
Who's that? That's Ethan Kim. He was in the battle for third.
Yeah, all of those drivers were involved in the battle for third there. Something's gone very wrong, and it looks like Wiley Blair has some big suspension damage. He might be retiring from this race.
He's off the track. He's gone back to the pits. That's it for him. He's pressed the reset button, and he's gone back there to get a fast repair. It's not going to matter. He's going to go a lap down. That's commiserations for Blair out there. Who's made a big gain out of this? Reese Rowland has made a massive gain. He's up into P3 with no battle behind him at all. He's 11 seconds clear. He's on the podium if he can just keep it going for the next minute and a half.
Yeah, and you see that Sean Lamb once again had an issue all the way down in 15th place, and that third place battle came up on the sliding number 130, and I think just innocent victims, all of them, in the midst of that incident. That's really unfortunate to see, but we do have another race coming up after this. It's going to be another chance to try and get a result.
That's exactly right. Just what I mentioned before, you hit the reset button, you get back out there and do another 15 minutes. About 13 laps and see you go next time. It's all learning, ladies and gentlemen at home. That's what all these guys are doing out there. Each time they run into someone, each time they door bang someone, each time they hit an apex, it's all learning. As we got Lex Ainscough on there at the moment, just trying to get some pace back. Dean Viech, wow.
Yeah. He's uncatchable right now, isn't he? The gap's gone up to about 5.7 seconds now at the front of the field. Riley Collins running faster on the last lap, but I think with only 40 seconds remaining on the timer, it's going to be difficult to catch Dean unless he makes a mistake. Reece Rowland, meanwhile, up into P3, having avoided that huge incident that we saw a few moments ago. He'll be keeping it nice and steady to the end, I would imagine. Don't forget that these drivers who are racing for the lead here will be starting at the back of the top 10, confirming that it is the last lap with less than 20 seconds remaining on the clock. And Dean Veach will make his way up the hill into the final corner here to take the first win of the day in the ANZ Esports Vermillion X Rookie Series, presented by Motorsport Australia. Fantastic drive, started from the front of the field and did not look back.
He did have a couple of bobbles there as well, and he's pulled through as well. So well done to Dean, well done to Riley Collins coming across there with some internet issues. He's got 5 minutes to sort that out, so someone better get onto him now. Reece Rowland comes across the line as well for a solid P3 to finish off as well. We've got people still racing at the moment. I think Daniel Coleman is out there as well. He had a massive battle right to the end with James Lowry.
Oh, and he's going to get it. He's going to get 7th spot from Lex Ainscough. 8th spot from Lex Ainscough, sorry. Looks like the positions are out by 1 there, according to my timing. But in any case, wow. Right at the very end, a change for position in the back of the top 10. James Lowry, meanwhile, finishing P10. He's going to have pole position for race 2.
Pole position? Now, that is scary. We've all been there at our first races and had a reverse grid where we're on the pole. Cara Obersteller comes through here. Well done, Cara. Got the race done. That was her plan all along, is to just finish the race, and she's done that. Hopefully she can do that again out there. She started, for everyone watching, she's got a big fan base, actually, watching at the moment. Hopefully you guys can see her do a little bit better than 15th. But that is I can tell you, from someone very new to sim racing, that is a great result.
Yeah, certainly is. She may have gotten that 5-second time penalty, but ultimately that's going to make no difference to her result, because the other cars finished a long way behind, if they even finished at all. So in the end, penalty and no penalty at the same time. Checkered flag has flown, and then we'll get ready for a little warm-up session in between the races, but first go through the official results. Dean Veach, my goodness, what a drive. 5.6 seconds the gap over 15 minutes of racing over Riley Collins and Reece Rowland. Panilla and Atkinson round out the top 5. Alex Jory and Ethan Kim, 6th and 7th. Daniel Coleman just grabbing Lex Ainscough at the line there with a hit in the wall for the 71, and James Lowry will round out the top 10, flip them, and that is your top 10 starting for race 2. Jancy Alana finishing in 11th place, and Cara Obersteller, the last finisher on the lead lap, 1 minute and 17 seconds behind. Blair and Beaton unfortunately got damage over the course of the race. Chan Lam spinning a couple of times and facing some big issues, as well as Bobby Camo. Hopefully they'll be able to see the checkered flag in race 2. So in the midst of the warm-up session, Aaron, it looks like you've grabbed Dean Veach, our race 1 winner, for a little chat.
Oh, Dean Veach, good to have you in here, buddy.
G'day.
A 28-year-old from New South Wales. Tell us about your sim racing career so far, sir.
That's not me, sorry.
Oh, it's not?
No, that's not.
Oh, well, I put it on the wrong thing. Anyway, you tell me more about yourself.
I'm a 26-year-old from WA.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a fun race.
Sandgropers represent.
Yes, Gropers represent, baby. I just got to talk about, I think it was lap 2 or lap 3, the 3 wide into turn 1, mate. Were you thinking it was all over by then?
Well, I saw who lagged, I think? Someone did.
I think it was Ethan out there, possibly, that was having some connection issues, but yep.
Yep, I think something happened with Ethan, and yeah, missed that turn up. But yeah, after that, it was just flying out the front.
So you're going to be starting from P10 in this next race. What's the strategy going to be? You're going to have to be door banging, basically, to get past these guys. They're all pretty rapid, more rapid than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're pretty fast. I'm just gonna have to lock in and see if I can gain some positions where I can.
Well, hey, for everyone watching at home, it's that easy. Just got to gain some positions and just lock in. I can tell you from experience, it's not that easy at all, Dean. Enjoy the next race. Hopefully we have you in chat here to talk about the win or the podium that you might have in the next one. But it's great to have people like yourself into sim racing. I hope this has been a big learning curve for yourself as well, and all those people out there.
Yeah, it really has. Good to get out here and give it a crack.
Well, enjoy yourself. Jump back on. Oh, actually, I'll give you a jump over to Reese, because Reese has probably got about 400 questions, right, Reese?
Oh no, I was just leading out of the interview.
As I say, he has to get back out on track and do a couple of laps of practice. You got that start. Actually, Dean, before we go, the start that you did was pretty. It was okay.
It was abysmal.
Yeah, so you've got some improvement to make, even though you came first in this one. So good luck in the next race.
Thank you very much.
Great stuff from Dean Veach, a fantastic drive to the win in race 1. But we've only got 2 minutes remaining here in the warm-up session now, Aaron, and we reflect on the weather conditions out here. Of course, we're racing at a fixed time of 5:45 in the morning here at Oran Park, which means the track is very cold. Now, I've commentated quite a bit of GR86 racing on other broadcast teams, and I've noticed that when the track is cold, those tyres do take a while to warm up. The GR86 runs a treaded sort of sport compound of tyre, to my knowledge, which does tend to heat up pretty quickly when you push it, but when those tyres are cold, man, it's really difficult to wheel it around a track.
Especially when you come into a track like this where turn 1 and 2, you have to be committed as you possibly can when you got, let's say, 18 ferocious little 86s behind you. So brake a little bit early, know your limits of the vehicle as well. This is all a learning curve for these guys as well, and you're dead right. A cold track, it'll take a full lap for these tyres to come up to pressure.
Yeah, and it's really important to have those tyres come up to pressure. It usually takes about, I'd say, probably 2 or 3 laps before you can really start pushing the car out there. So the drivers will be getting a little bit more of an eye into how these tyres are going to feel when the race gets going once more. And they'll also have learnt quite a bit from race 1 about how much you can push the curbs here at Oran Park. There's plenty of nice flat curbs in the second half of the lap, but particularly at turns 2 and 3, turn 4 as well, you have some very harsh curbs with a little bit of a trench in between them and the racetrack as well, which really unsettles the cars. It's not going to be a fun time if you hit those on lap 1, and the dog leg right there for a couple of moments there as we follow the ANZ E-Series safety car out here doing a couple of recon laps around the circuit.
Yeah, we might see it out there possibly in this race. I hope not. I hope we just have some clean racing from these guys. Actually, we're about to go into the next race. We'll touch on it again. We've got to thank Motorsport Australia. Without those guys, this event couldn't happen. Thanks to you guys as well at SimSpeed TV and Vermillion X Coaching. Look, most of these guys that are out there right now took advantage of becoming a Motorsport Australia Esports license holder and getting 12 months free iRacing out of that as well. So we'll touch on that a bit later. As we go over the grid, we got James Lowry out in P1 for the second race tonight. We got Lex Ainscough beside him in P2. As we go back down the grid, reverse grid for this one, Daniel Coleman in P3, Ethan Kim in P4, where he was just before he had that massive accident in that first race. Alex Jory in P5, and I've missed that in P6, but that's okay. David Pinella in P7. In 8 we've got Reese Rowland, Riley Collins in P9, Dean Viech rounds out that top 10, John Cialana, and there, see you later for the for what I'm about to watch here. Are we about to go live, are we?
No, I don't think so. There were drivers who were revving up on the grid, but I think that was largely to warm up the engines. We got given an extra 2 minutes on the grid time to go through the grid because someone dropped out. It was Riley Collins. Riley was the driver who was having those big tech issues in race 1. Yeah, so hopefully he'll be able to jump back into the server in a very short amount of time. Also got some news from Bobby Camo as well in between the races. Apparently his PC froze in the middle of the race, and that's the reason why he finished as far down as he did. So hopefully those technical gremlins will evade him for this second race. Hopefully we'll be able to get ourselves a good race here for run number 2 here at Oran Park. I'm not seeing much sign of Riley Collins getting back into the server just yet, but
he's got time.
Yeah, all right, about 57 seconds now, so the clock is ticking.
Yeah, we'll wait for him to come in. I'll just touch back on that Motorsport Australia promo that they had going. If you become an esports license holder through Motorsport Australia, it costs about $30. You get 12 months of iRacing credit, I guess you'd call it, a subscription if you're new to iRacing. So anyone watching and you think, I can do this, and trust me, you can, take advantage of it while you can.
Yeah.
$30 for a year of iRacing is as cheap as it gets, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. It's fantastic value, and all you have to do is grab an esports license from Motorsport Australia. It's been fantastic to see Motorsport Australia come in with such great support for the sim racing scene here in Australia, which has been around since sim racing was a thing, really, in the late 90s with Grand Prix Legends. And shortly after, iRacing added Phillip Island and the old Ford Falcon V8 supercar. That's when things really kicked off. You had drivers like Shane Van Gisbergen, Scott McLaughlin, and Richie Stanaway racing very much a part of the sim racing community here, and it's just gone from strength to strength over the years, which has been fantastic to see. So the grid is about to get going here. It doesn't look like Riley's been able to make it back into the server in time, so we are going to have to get things going now. The revs are rising, and we get ready to go here for race 2 at Oran Park. Revs rise, and we are away. James Lowery bogging down massively off the start there, and Lex Ainscough will move straight through into the lead on the way into turn 1. Tech issues continuing there for Daniel Coleman. He was blinking a little bit. Wouldn't have inspired much confidence in Ethan Kim as they make their way down to turn 1 for the first time. Kim on the inside there. Yeah, almost 3 wide. 2x2, Noah's arcing it through turn 2 there. David Atkinson trying to keep Dean Veach, race 1 winner, and Alex Jory behind him as they come into turn 3. Now, what kinds of incidents are we going to see here? Everyone's trying their best to give each other space. They're working the wheels super hard. They've made it through the first 2 turns cleanly. Now it's time for turn 4. This is where the big incidents happened on lap 1 in the last race, and it looks like the drivers have learned from that, and they've gone through lovely and cleanly.
Well done, all of you racers out there. I know you're going to be watching this back, and as I say that, we just had an incident at the back there. Who was I watching? That's Dean Veach and Jeffrey Button.
No,
it was Cara. Sorry, it was Cara Oberstelle at the back there, and Jeffrey Beaton have collided. Hopefully they can get back on track. It doesn't look like they have too much damage. It was just a little bit of side-to-side contact. As I say that, I think Cara Oberstelle has had to go back to the pits.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for all the fans out there.
Too much damage, unfortunately. It looks like a meatball, which, if you're unfamiliar with racing, the meatball flag, the technical term is mechanical black flag. It is a black flag with an orange circle in the middle of it. It means that your car is too damaged to continue, and you must come back to the pits for repairs. Well, Dean Veach now trying to make up positions here. He's very deep in turn 1, and look at the room that was given there by the number 23 of Daniel Coleman. He saw Veach coming from a mile away, and actually a nice bit of self-preservation there from Daniel Coleman, who will stay ahead of Dean Veach for the time being.
I just watched in behind there. I think it was John. A safety car's been called. I'm just wondering, who is this making up all these positions? Is John Cialana has to go back, I think, and give those places back, I'd imagine, because he was going way quicker than everyone else out on track at the time. Took over Alex Jory. David Atkinson was about to take Dean Viech as well, but safety car's been called. That's great news for Cara Oberstelle. She should be able to get back out on the lead lap if that was the case as well. She's still in the pits, I'd imagine, and I'm lucky enough that I can just look over my shoulder, and yep, she's just waiting to get back out on track as we speak.
Nice, nice. Well, what Kara will have to deal with initially is the tow time as we see what happened here at the corner. I think a little coming together. Oh yeah, Kara was...
Okay, secondary contact.
So, Kara was tapped from behind there, and she was the car that was spinning around at the front of the train there and unfortunately got cleaned up. That's a real shame. But... yeah, she'll have to wait for the tow time to go down, and then if there is a fast repair available in this session, she'll be able to get straight back out there. She might lose a lap, though.
Yeah, I'm just watching that in replay as well. She will lose a lap, but that's okay. This is all the learning for her. Jeff Beaton followed her, basically gave her a little bit of a touch, and lost it as well. But I was just watching.
That's what happened to her.
She tried to get a hold of it. Tough. Commiserations for all those guys involved. Chan Lam, just innocent as well, out there trying to do her own thing, and got caught up with Kara. Hopefully she gets back to the pits as well. So
she's out. There she is. She's back out. No, well, Kara is back out, but it's Riley Collins who's out on track as well. Fortunately, we only seem to have lost Chan Lam for the time being. Every other car is back out there. Riley Collins with a long gap to make up here, missing the first couple of laps of the race thanks to his technical issues.
Yeah, unfortunately, but hey, good to have him back in here. It's all... like I've said it about 15 times already. Just a bit of a big learning curve. I'm just waiting for these cars to come back to the back of the train. Don't run into the train, everyone. Okay, that's good. We're all good.
Safety car's pulling away.
Excellent. So we're going to get back into racing. We're going to have 10 full minutes of racing left. So a lot to play out here. Lex Ainskopf has got the lead of the race. Ethan Kim, we saw these two come together in the first race. So hopefully they can do a bit more cleaner racing and see where they get. All they need to do is put out some lap times so they can keep that DNVH, which was lightning in the first round, just off those guys.
Well, here we go then. Time for the return to green flag racing at the end of the third lap here. We've lost a bit of time under safety car, 10 minutes remaining in the race. And we are away over the start-finish line. Lex Ainskopf already under pressure here from Ethan Kim, who will draw alongside coming into turn one. Got to be careful here and give each other space. Ethan's going to back out a little bit in turn one, and that's a big slide. Almost lost it, did Lex Ainskopf, but manages to keep it on the straight and narrow and will maintain the lead coming out of the first turn. Side by side between Lowry and Veach. Meanwhile, the two cars you see on screen here, Lowry on the inside, Veach trying to get the power down, but he's struggling.
This is great to watch. I'm just watching Dean. He had a very good run coming into turn one and turn two. He's got the pace over these guys. He's probably going to get this done, but it's so hard to get any passing done here. That's David Piella on the inside.
Let's have a look here for Dean Veach. He's going to get the run on James Lowry.
I was going to say in the background there we had a bit of contact as well. So yeah, this run now that Dean Veach has got, he's going to get himself up into P4 if he can hold it through here. He's given a lot of room by James Lowry. But no! Ooh. Hold your breath, Australia. It's okay. They're still on the track. Dean Veach has got up into P4. These guys at the front need to watch out now. He's on an absolute tear, and he's going to try and get P3 here. Oh, this is great racing from the lot of them up here. Door banging as they go through turn 5. Up and into the big right-hander. Oh,
whoa. Lex Ainskopf. Oh, he wasn't second, but now Pernilla and Veach have made their way through on him. And look at the racing that's going on here. The 75 of James Lowry tries, and oh no! The man who started on pole position, spinning off the racetrack. Things are starting to get hectic out here.
Oh, they're loving it. I'm sure they're having just an absolute great time out there. James Lowry's probably not, if there's anything to go by. He's back in P10 where he finished in the first race. So if you can just hold it there, he'd be getting the top 10 around here is pretty good. Dean Veach has already got it done. He's up into P2. He got it done on the straight.
No,
71!
Oh! There, that's James Lowry running into Lex Ainskopf. What on earth has gone on here? The face of the race has changed completely in the space of a single lap.
And James is staying out there. Those cars are both destroyed. They need to go back to the pits. Lex Ainskopf, I'm looking at his car now. It is not well. they'll have to come back in the pits. This is all good for all the Obersteller fans out there. She might be able to get a position here because she is a lap down. We'll see what happens with these guys out there.
All right, so 71 Alex Ainskopf. He lost the rear on the way into the turn, and he struggled to get it going there. Got spun there. Wiley Blair coming through, and then stuck on the racing line. It's very difficult to tell. If there's a car spun in front of you on the exit of the last corner, it's blind, especially if you're on a single monitor. And Daniel Coleman has had some troubles as well. My lord, this is absolutely going off at the moment. 5 minutes still remaining in the race. We've seen like 2 races worth of action in the space of a couple of laps here. Oh,
he just got a bit of a touch there as well, Daniel Coleman, for his work. It's hard to get these cars back onto the track, and he did that. I can tell you, he's probably streaming at the moment. His handle on Twitch is at AussieM8_TV. We're watching a replay now. Who's this? No way! See you later. Exit stage left. You can't park there, mate.
Yeah, something that you've got to be aware of as Reece Rowland and Alex Jory fight into turn 1 here for 7th spot. When you're side by side on the exit of a corner and you tap the rear of the car on the inside, then it's likely going to spin out in front of you just because of the way the contact physics works. So if you're racing side by side, got to make sure that you're giving each other room.
This fight up here, I was just watching it myself. Dean Viech has got onto the back of Ethan Kim. Ethan Kim has to hold on for 4 minutes here. Can he make that car? He's going to have to open the doors. That's what he's going to have to do to keep this thing from going past him. This is getting very, very heated as we come down into turn 12. We've seen Dean Viech get such a good run out of turn 12 onto the main straight. Oh, and he's lost a little bit of rears. So a bit of breathing space for Ethan Kim now. So another lap under the books. For Ethan, he's got probably 4 more laps, three and a half more laps to go. It's going to be heating up as we go through here. Fastest lap for Dean Viech, it doesn't surprise me. And he got a little bit sideways going out of turn 12 as well.
Yeah, that can help you sometimes. The nature of the final corner at Oran Park, the ground actually drops away beyond the inside curb there. So if you play your cards right, you can sort of hook it in there on the inside like a rally driver going over a rut. So that's exactly what Dean Veitch just did, and he's still maintaining some fantastic pace here. Ethan Kim absorbing the pressure like a sponge, though. He's driving very well at the moment, but now we come into the twisties. This is where rhythm is really important, keeping up the mid-corner speed. Let's see if Veach will be able to do anything coming into the final corner this time around. Cut the curb as much as you can there. You won't get an off-track 1X. Same up here at the dogleg as well. It's a blind run across the top of the hill, but you can go all the way across that curb if you dare. And now it's all about the run into the final turn here. Veach on the inside. Kim, though, with the outside line, able to straighten up the car a little bit sooner and get the run down the straight.
Just to remember, in front of those guys, we've got Lex Ainskopf as well. So if this battle keeps going and they keep coming up to this, Lex is going to have to either get out of the way or they're going to have to pilot around that as well. So another lap down for Ethan Kim. Can he? Oh, he's really deep into turn 2. Well done, both of these guys. Both of these races are absolutely pushing it to the limit. We've got 2 minutes left of racing. I'm just going back down the field as well. Bobby Camo has done a really good job of bringing this back. We had connection issues in the original race we had. He's now in P5, so retribution for Camo. He gets to come back and showing what he's actually really got. And watching Dean Viech. Can he get it done? It's tough. It's tough to pass around here. There's a couple of passing opportunities. Turns 2, 3, and 12 are really the only places you can do it. Down here is going to be, that's tough. You just got to follow him. You just got to follow through. Get the job done at turn 12. That's what you got to do, Dean. And Ethan's not going to make it easy for him.
You can see that Dean has so much more mid-corner speed than Ethan at the moment, and he's going to go for it. He's going to try at the inside here, and Ethan saw him coming and went wide, and he will indeed get it done. But remember, the outside line means you straighten up the car sooner, and you can get a better run out of the corner. It's the final lap, and it's a drag race down to turn 1. Ethan Kim is fighting back now, but on the outside into turn 1, difficult to get it done. He's going to yield the lead to Dean for the time being, but still has a chance to come back here on the final lap.
I don't know about that. Dean got that done, and he has gapped him by 0.7 of a second. If Ethan wants to get this done, he's going to have to pull out a a Ben Faulkner lap, to be honest, to get there. Dean Viech, what a drive, P10 to P1. Hopefully he can hang on to that. That's a really good drive from him. As we go back down the field here, this is Bobby Camo with Willie Wiley there on the inside. Oh, he's got it done. Wow, great racing from the both of them. Fantastic. Bobby Camo gets it done. Gets him up himself. Oh, he stayed in P5. That was Blair trying to get it done up into P5. David Atkinson, great race from him too. He's going to finish in P4, but here they come. Dean Viech from P10 to the end. We had a quick chat with him after the 15-minute race. As long as he doesn't bobble it here or go on the inside of the track. No, he's got it done. Well raced from Dean Viech for the second race of the VX Coaching E-Series, Rookie Series. Well done to Dean. Well done to Ethan Kim.
Oh,
David
no, Bobby!
Oh, that's Bob. You're kidding me.
Yeah, Bobby Camo finding the wall at the final turn on the final lap. Oh, yeah, that's got to sting. He's going to fall down to 7th, potentially 8th if James Lowery catches up to him.
He's going to get him. Larry's going to get him.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, he's got him. He's got him done.
Yeah.
Oh, commiserations for Bobby. There's always next time, mate. Not tonight, though. He'll still come through for a P8 finish, with James Larry finishing in P7. Alex Jory comes through for a P9 finish there. David Coleman, had a good chat with him actually on the Thursday night. He's very keen on sim racing. Pretty clean race for him. I didn't see any accidents from him. Lex Ainscough was notably not there, lap down. So was Cialana.
As we see what happened to Bobby there, he just lost the rear, tried to correct it, and the fronts loaded up at the wrong time there and sent him straight into the outside wall.
That's some great racing. Hey, Reese, that was a pleasure to call, actually. These guys put on a race for us, and I enjoyed every second of it.
Yeah, very much enjoyable for me as well. Fun little bit of racing as Dean Viech will occupy his place in, I suppose this is the closest thing that Oran Park has to victory lane on the start-finish straight. And then we'll be able to go through our results from race 2. Well, Dean making his way all the way up from P10 to win both races here today. Ethan Kim definitely gave him a hefty race indeed. David Pinella will finish in 3rd spot. Excellent job from David. Very consistent results, a 4th and a 3rd. It was a 5th and a 4th for David Atkinson. Meanwhile, Wiley Blair, well, he's made up all of the ground that he lost in race 1. He started 5th and finished 13th. Well, started 13th and finished 5th. Meanwhile, Reese Rowland comes home 6th, with James Lowery unfortunately coming home in P7 after some big incidents on the way there. Bobby Camo, well, we saw he had his troubles at the final corner, but it was still a great recovery from 16th to 8th, with Alex Jory and Daniel Coleman rounding out the top 10. Lex Ainscough, a lap down, unfortunately for him. Same for Jan Cialana and Cara Oberstella, along with Jeff Beaton. Riley Collins will finish 2 laps down there, with Chan Lam 3 laps down. I believe Chan made it back out onto the racetrack in the end, despite spending nearly 2.5 minutes in the pits. And that's going to...
Was not her fault. Innocent bystander got taken out of the race. So commiserations.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we'll bring Dean back in here for a chat about that race. He definitely had to work for that victory, Dean. It was quite difficult trying to get past Ethan in the end.
That was such a challenge, to be honest. He held me off until that last lap corner.
Yeah, and I suppose one of the things that you learn about in battles like that is just how much of an advantage being on the outside can be sometimes. He was able to straighten the car up earlier and get those runs on you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he almost had me on that last run there, to be honest. Catching me real quick. So, couldn't quite make it in the end.
Well, double win for you tonight. You were the fastest car out there. What's next for you?
I think this is a step in the right direction towards taking racing more seriously.
Excellent stuff.
Yeah, Dean, I think you should. The race pace that you're putting on there, the clean passes you were doing, it's all what we like to see in racing. We don't get to see that as much as you might think, but everyone out there that you raced against gave you some room, gave you some space, you gave it back as well. So congratulations to you. I hope there's a big learning curve for you.
Thank you very much.
Well, Dean Veach there winning both races here tonight. And, well, Aaron, it was an excellent recovery from Ethan Kim, who was steadfast in his defence.
Before Ethan says anything here, I'm just going to point out that in that first race, he should have been on the podium. He made a mistake. I think he got together with another racer out there. But well done, Ethan, coming through for the P2. You nearly had it. You had it in the bag, mate.
Oh, hi. Yeah, thank you. That was almost there. It was almost there, and there was like 2 laps left. But it's racing. Sometimes these things happen, so all good.
We were counting
Race
down the
2
laps
though.
with you, Ethan. We're absolutely counting down the laps with you at the end of that race, trying to will you to the end. But that last corner, he just got the jump on you. Dean got the jump on you and got through to turn 1 first, and that was history from there. But yeah, Ethan, I've just been reading your little promo, the little thing you put through for me. You've done a lot of sim racing on a controller, is that correct?
Yeah.
And now you're on a wheel now, is that right?
Yeah. In the last few months, I've been on a wheel. Yeah.
Makes a big difference, eh?
It really does.
You wouldn't be able to fight like that on a
Incredible.
controller. Yeah, like
No.
seeing what you guys come out here. I was keeping an eye on you in the practice sessions that we had. You've gone from strength to strength, and I think you did one of your best lap times just on that last lap, actually, a 14.2. I think you did in that race. So congratulations, Ethan.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's amazing, these events. Like people who they really want to get into racing, but real life racing is too much, either to get to a physical track or just finances. And doing sim racing is really amazing because you can do it in your own home, and you spend a little bit to get a wheel, a little bit to get the iRacing subscription. I mean, they even have 12 months free from Motorsport Australia, and you're set. You can go. And then these events, it's a really good place to try and show what you can do, but also just learn about racing and just racing other people and racing with other like-minded people that want to do the exact same thing.
Hey, Ethan, do you work for iRacing by any chance?
No,
Because
no,
you've just,
no, I do not.
I think Motorsport Australia and iRacing could probably clip that and use that in some promotional thing they're going to do. Great words. Thanks very much. Hey, did you want to shout out to anyone, mate?
Well, I just want to say thank you.
Is no one watching you at the moment? No one's watching you live?
I don't think so, but if they are, thank you for watching, and thank you for supporting this, and you legends.
No worries. Well, Ethan, thanks for joining us in the chat here. It was great to see you racing. We'll hopefully see you on track again. I'd imagine we will. Enjoy your night.
Thank you, you too, and thank you to everyone. It's
Brilliant
a
job.
lot of fun.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from Ethan Kim there, who will celebrate a podium finish there in race 2. Well, Aaron, that concludes runnings for today. Very enjoyable event indeed. Happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, this has been fantastic. I did see that Ben Faulkner just jumped into the chat here. I think he might want to say a couple of words, possibly. I'm not sure. If you do, speak up now. Otherwise, I'm going to take us out. I had a really good time. I hope everyone watching did as well. You've been watching the ANZ E-Series, Vermillion X Coaching Rookie Series, made possible by SimSpeed TV, thanks to you guys. Made possible by the VX Coaching, and thank you to Motorsport Australia. Without you guys, half of these guys would not be on track right now. From Jay, Reese, and myself, thanks for watching, and have a great afternoon. Toodles.
But experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a iRace or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.